Okay, here what we're gonna do, we're gonna make lasagna today with eggplant, you see, and of course lots of beautiful basil, garlic, tomato, and lovely beautiful white sauce, Parmesan cheese. That's what's gonna be for supper tonight. So we start now with the basil. We're gonna chop the basil, take all the leaves off. They're quite hard, so we only use the leaves. And we need quite a bit of basil because I'm going to make two lovely beautiful trays, because if we don't finish it tomorrow, it's going to be just as good, or maybe even better. I love garlic, so I'm going to take two nice cloves of garlic. I'm going to squash it a little bit, take the skin off, mash it with a knife, and then I'm going to chop it. This is going to go into the melanzane. Is the eggplant, which I did cut some already, so I'm going to take this off, and I did wash it, that off. I'm going to take this one also off, which I don't need. We're going to cut all these pieces into these cubes, and then we will fry them. We're going to cut the onions. So there again, your knife has to be very sharp. Okay, this is the pan I'm using to do the sauce for the lasagna. Here is boiling water with a little bit of not too much salt and oil, because here I'm going to, they say you mustn't cook it, but I prefer to cook the lasagna sheets for about 2-3 minutes until they become tender, and then I do my lasagna. And voila. So I put my onion in first. Nearly done, and then a couple of another minute or so. And then now we're going to put our cubes of eggplant that we have done just now. Okay, all of them. That's it. We're going to toss it nicely. But you can sieve it away. When they become nice and moist, then I will put the rest of the ingredient inside. The garlic, my basil, the tomato puree, and then I will season it as well towards the end. The eggplant is a sponge, absorbs all the fat. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want it to become too fatty, but I have to add when it's necessary. Now I'm going to add my garlic. Yeah. Garlic gives the flavor into the eggplant. Ready. The next step is tomato puree. Always get a nice good tomato puree, which is very important. So I'll put my tomato puree in here. And as you see, it's quite thick. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add some water in the bottle, and I will make sure that you cover it, don't forget, with the top, and you shake it nicely. And now we're going to let the sauce cook for about, I think, 15-20 minutes the most, and then it's going to be ready. And I will put the basil in only towards the end. Always add things, especially water, that it must be hot, not cold, because you don't want the temperature to drop too much. So now we're going to season it with our Himalayan salt, red pepper, basil, because I love basil, and also gives a wonderful color to the sauce and flavor. Because the sauce must also not be too runny, but also it mustn't be too thick as well. Just the right consistency. Perfect. Okay, next we have to boil the milk. That's very important. You cannot make white sauce with cold milk. But when you boil it, you must keep an eye on it, because it can, if it overboils, it goes all over your stove, and then you've got a problem to clean it. This is the pot we're going to use to make the white sauce, and butter, very crucial, and flour, and the flour. And of course, with the white sauce, another ingredient which is very important is nutmeg. And of course, salt and pepper. This is empty. I'm just going to boil a little bit of water, because I'm going to make a little bit of stock to add to the white sauce if it becomes too thick. That's where you must watch it with the milk. Next step is the white sauce. Yeah. Butter melts, but it must not burn. That's very, very important. I'm melting the butter. And when it's melted, we're gonna put the flour in. But be careful, don't overdo it with the flour. We can always add. And voila. For me, I'm happy with this. Now we're going to add. And the most important thing, you must stir it. That's why you put hot milk, because if you don't, then the actual the flour, everything is going to become full of lumps, and that's the last thing that you want. And you must stir it continuously, very important, because you don't want the flour to get stuck at the bottom of the pan. And we're going to cook it, because you have to cook the flour, otherwise it's going to... But if you see it's getting a little bit thicker, that's why I boiled some water. So I can add a little bit of water in the... Waiting for the white sauce to boil, because the flour has to cook, because you must never leave, in a way, raw flour in any sauces that you use. So now I'm going to add my salt. Oh, it's cooking nicely. And now I'm adding my nutmeg, which is important for white sauce. I like the flavor of it, so I put always quite a nice teaspoon, a 1.5 teaspoon. Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit more. And I think we are ready to go. They're all gone, and now I'm going to use cling film, and I'm going to close it, because you don't want the film to form on top of the white sauce. The next step is to cook the lasagna sheets. Nice, because the most important thing is, after you cook it, you want to stop the cooking of the pasta. So I put it inside cold water with a little bit of oil, so also again they're not going to get stuck together. That's it. And ice blocks. Just, they're still nice al dente. And remember the water also, it has oil. The reason for this, because you don't want the pasta to get overcooked. So you see the consistency? You don't cook it too much. We have to dry the lasagna. And dry. One, two, three. Eggplant. So we're going to put that is the Parmigiano. Nice, not a big amount of Parmigiano like that. And now we're doing another layer. Okay. And voila, as you see, nice and dry. Wait. No. And voila, now we're gonna make the white sauce again. Voila. And the Parmesan cheese. Very generous the Parmesan cheese, I love it. And now another layer, which is going to be the last layer of the lasagna. Now it's ready to go inside the oven. The lasagna they are already made. We put the oven on at 180 degrees. So now we're gonna take the little thing away from here. You see how it looks like. And we're gonna put the lasagna inside the oven. We put two because this family is a very hungry family. Can I close the oven? Half an hour, 35 minutes, and we see how it looks like. And then when the lasagna they're bubbling, I'm gonna put the griller on, so it's gonna make it nice and lovely and crispy at the top. The lasagna, they look ready, nice and crispy. Look at this. This is my lasagna, vegetarian lasagna. Leave a comment, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And we will see you on the next episode. No, is it right? You make me laugh.